Lovely afternoon to all of you. Welcome. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM, 103.9 Hits FM. My name is Fento Tahiru Fento. The show is on from now till 3 p.m. Talking the best from the world of sports, unrivaled perspectives, incredible humor, an all-round great show. Thanks that you could be here with us. We appreciate your time. If you're listening to us on X Spaces, welcome to the show. If you're streaming on the Joy FM YouTube channel, welcome. We're also live across the globe on myjoyonline.com. And there's a lot to cover in the next hour and 40 minutes. Quite a lot. The Black Starlets of Ghana are into the semi-finals of the ongoing WAFO Zone B Championships. They will need to make the final in order to qualify for the CAF Under-17 AFCON, where the top three will then qualify for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. So it's a long journey to the World Cup, and the Black Starlets, like Kinsey and his boys, are on the right track. They beat Benin 2-0 in their second group game to confirm their place in the last two. There's quite a lot of, a lot of splitting opinions on the videos that have been surfacing or getting out of the Black Starlets dressing room by like Kinsey. Obviously, because of the language, we are unable to play. But I'm sure if you've seen some of those videos, I've seen lots of criticism of it. I'm not really one of those that belongs to that school of thought that the video should not be made public, or that he shouldn't be talking to 17-year-olds or 16-year-olds like that. Bottom line, they're winning, isn't it? But what happens when they stop winning? Will that come back to haunt them? I don't know, man. Also, the Black Challenge, that is Ghana's Amputee national team. They are in Egypt. They are also into the semi-finals of the Amputee Cup of Nations. They've done all of this without any sort of support from the government, and they're not happy. They're making people hear their cries. They are defending champions, and if they were to win that competition, they could be qualifying for the Amputee World Cup. So it's a big deal. They're into the semi-finals where they play against Algeria, the same team they absolutely demolished in the group stages. So there's that to come. The Black Bombers, that is Ghana's amateur boxing team, they are in Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand, trying to qualify for the Olympic Games. It's their third attempt from the boxers. They were in Senegal last year. They didn't qualify. No one qualified. They said they went there with over 10 boxers. Then they went to Italy. Not a single one qualified. Then some of them decided that it was not worth their time. Someone like Amputee decided he's not going to try to qualify anymore. It's a waste of his time. But they've managed to scramble together 6 athletes, 6 boxers that they've taken to Bangkok. One of them, Ahmad Mohammed, is fighting tonight. And they all start from the run of 64 to build all the way to winning their division before you can qualify. So 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, win before you book qualification to the Olympic Games. God damn, that journey is not a joke. All of those fights within 1 week, within a 1 week period. Actually, Tamaklo has been keeping tabs on all of them, so we'll assess their chances of booking an Olympic ticket. No single boxer has qualified just yet. All right, and then we wrap up the conversation with 2 things from Europe. First of all, Leverkusen's unbeaten run has come to an end thanks to Ademola Lookman and Atalanta. A wonderful hat-trick for the Nigerian has secured Atalanta their second major trophy in the history of the club. And by so doing, he himself has now put himself in pole position to be named African Footballer of the Year. Or do you have a dissenting opinion on who else you think might deserve this award? That is a conversation that we will have. And then the managerial merry-go-round. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, you might lose track if you don't keep up with how many managers have left or have moved to different clubs in the last week alone. In case you have missed some of them, let me refresh your memory. In Europe alone, it's crazy. Today alone, 2 announcements came out. Stefano Pioli is leaving AC Milan. They have 1 game against Atalanta this weekend. After that, he's gone. He's left Milan after 5 years. Xavi, who had made a U-turn to stay at Barcelona, has now been sacked with immediate effect with 1 game to the end of the season. It's unbelievable. So Xavi Hernandez is gone. Mauricio Pochettino, after a wonderful end to the season for Chelsea, he's out, he's gone. Massimiliano Allegri of Juventus, you remember, he's gone as well. David Moyes is gone as well. And there are managers who have secured new jobs. And let me tell you this. By the way, Maurizio Sarri is also leaving Napoli. Okay? Now, Lopetegui has left Sevilla. He has a new job already at West Ham. Maurizio Sarri is leaving Juventus. He's going to Sevilla, according to reports. He's going to Spain. Pioli's left Milan. And it looks like Pioli is going to Napoli to replace Maurizio Sarri. Now, the Milan job is vacant. Who are they looking for? Fonseca, Paolo, the former Shakhtar Donetsk and ex-AS Roma boss. Looks like he is going to Milan. Thiago Motta has left Bologna after a wonderful season with them. He's gone to Juventus to replace Massimiliano Allegri. He was fired last weekend. And the Bologna job has become available. He's going there, Italiano, according to Chutamaklu. So there's quite a lot happening as far as the managerial moves are concerned. We'll try and look at that. But remember, Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM brought to you by Patrosol as well as TSTV. We'll tell you a bit more about them. But let me introduce my guest. The show is live and interactive on social media. Let me know your thoughts on everything we'll be talking about here. Use the hashtag Game Plan on Twitter or on X. And then if you prefer WhatsApp, the number is 055-111-1997. Who or what next now for Chelsea? Which manager is next for Chelsea? That's the big question. Mauricio Pochettino surely is gone. Who replaces him is the big question. Chelsea fans, I want to hear from you. 055-111-1997 is the WhatsApp number. Welcome to the show. All right, let me introduce my guest here. Nathaniel Atto is here with us. Nat, how you doing, my friend?
Good to see you. Good to see you, man.
And
I got a new name from Sicho today.
You did? What's your new name? Okay, hold on. Sicho Fefele Bachim, Daniel Francis, and Achutama Klo are here. Atto, what's your new nickname?
Boga, let me launch my team.
Okay, Sicho Fe, what's his new nickname?
In this life,
Yes.
when you meet somebody whose name no can be added to it, can be added to it, the person's a great guy.
You mean Numo?
No, Numo, no.
No.
So some of the great people you see, like in football, Ronaldinho.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You see the way they pronounce that? That be the proper Latino.
No.
Robinho.
Like, yeah. But when
It's
it comes
Cristiano.
when it comes to
Is it
Ghana,
Cristiano?
Cristiano, but no,
Cristiano. Signo.
when it comes to Ghana,
Sichonyo.
enter your head, they confused. When it comes to Ghana, and you pick a Ghanaian man's name, and they can accommodate you, the guy is a big man. So I look at Nat, I say, nah, this guy, he be tough chef,
Tough guy.
So I try say at the team where Ifa like
Ifa, quick.
So listen to the name, Nati.
Yo.
Easy. Natinho. The guy is spotted. See someone like Pep. Where go fi add the thing to like Pepinho. Charlie Natinho.
Top guy.
Oh no. Top shatter.
Top shatter.
He's spotted.
See someone
Natinho.
See someone like Atetanino.
You know the You know rich. Like Ten Haginho. You know the fit.
No.
But Haginho is fitting.
End up for Haginho. Yeah, Haginho is like forcing it. Yeah. But there's another angle to people where they don't show the force. Like Klopus. When you get a Usa, be careful.
one of the best things on the internet right now is Jurgen Klopp discovering Instagram. It's unbelievable content.
The settings man, Klopp. The
Oh,
settings
relax.
man,
He said that when he was going to leave Liverpool, he was asked how he would keep up with Liverpool because he didn't and doesn't have social media.
Yeah.
So they recommended to him that he created an Instagram account. And he created an Instagram account, and then Liverpool tagged him in one of the announcement posts and his Instagram name is Kloppo.
Kloppo.
That's right.
Challenge for ads. Challenge the guy.
The Instagram name is Kloppo. And since he discovered Instagram, the Liverpool fan letters that he posted it there. Right. Today, he has a video. He's walking and taking a video that he's going to play tennis. He's keeping.
I know go short say.
I say yeah.
They come in the Jose go come dig at and say why be villager like that? I've been on IG display because Jose has got some great content on IG.
And Jose did an interview where he said he manages his own Instagram.
Yeah, that's true.
All the content comes directly from him. Yeah. Same as Conte.
Yeah.
They don't have social media managers. They put everything there by themselves.
So Conte is very active.
Yes,
Conte very
active. The boys they don't get jobs. I
mean, don't get jobs, Charlie.
Does Thomas have one? Hey, so we are called them like
Titi,
Mr. Tuchel.
But his name is Thomas. Why they shy?
Toto Aluti.
He just gets out of job, so he probably has time.
When you call him Thomas like that, it's like
very soon Ten Hag have time.
Yeah, on first name basis. You're
Thomas.
not. Wait, does Ten Hag have social media?
Who Hagi? But that's why I showed you. The guy make hot.
Oh God. That's fair enough. Listen, I want to play this for you. Okay, this is Richard Atta, the Amputee captain. Okay, he is. Okay, let me find it. Where is it? Give me this one. All right. So I want to take us to the Amputee AFCON that is happening in Egypt, where Ghana's Amputee national team has reached the semi-finals. But they have been complaining a lot because they said they went there without any form of government support, no per diems, no nothing. In fact, they had to pay a certain participation fee and what have you. Now, we spoke to the captain. He says,
it's like every time that we are supposed to go for a tournament, there is no motivation. There is no motivation at all. And sometimes these things disturb us. We always feel that, why is it that we, people with disabilities, when the nation needs to support us, they always scare away from those responsibilities. We find very, very difficult to understand. It's about time the nation also show their love, so that whatever we are doing, we do it well, and then our lives become better. It's like every time that we are supposed to go for a tournament, there is no motivation. There is no motivation at all. And sometimes these things disturb us. We always feel that, why is it that we, people with disabilities, when the nation needs to support us, they always scare away from those responsibilities. We find very, very difficult to understand. It's about time the nation also show their love, so that whatever we are doing, we do it well, and then our lives become better.
That is sad to hear.
Very sad to hear. Once again, in my, I don't know how many years of doing this job, I've come across this story, or this line of stories, so many times that I'm getting tired. Unfortunately, we cannot drop our pens, we cannot drop our microphones, we have to keep talking about it. It would have been an extra sensitive element if the women's teams, for instance, were also not victims of this kind of practice, or other national teams were not, a part of this. It is sensitive enough that we're having our friends who are, physically challenged having this kind of problem. But they are not the only they're not the only ones captured in that bracket. It is a general problem that we face, sporting calendar in, sporting calendar out. Now, I'm always, and that's what we always like to do here. We always like to look at the solution element. We need to solve this problem once and for all. It is becoming sickening listening to these, getting these distress calls. I mean, national teams travel, they get to destinations for tournaments, and they are stranded. National teams will try to leave town, and they have to go and look for money. Sometimes they are at the mercy of creditors and all of that. This is not good enough, especially for the psychology element of the game. And to think that these guys are also looking above all of this, getting a lot of intrinsic motivation to push themselves to go for the big deal, we need to start looking at them. We need to start turning our attention towards them, because they are in the semi-final, I'm told. They're in the semi-final.
Yeah.
So it just means that if we're able to give them a certain minimum amount of support, they can go for gold, And once again, we're asking ourselves, why is it that the sports ministry is one of the least funded when it comes to getting money from, the consolidated fund? These are all issues that we have to start looking at going forward, because we're in an election year. We're going to be bombarded with loads and loads of policy documents, loads of, manifestos and all of that. And now, for those of us who are within the sector and our practitioners, we need to start asking the questions. We need to start taking these documents, tearing them apart in terms of looking at the fine details, and tasking all these people who are coming to us with these promises. I do remember that a couple of years ago, Sami Jemfi, the National Communications Officer of the NDC, invited all key persons within sports media in the country to former President John Maham's office. What was the agenda? The meeting was simply to get, our ideas, to flesh up the general idea of having a base salary for players in the Ghana Premier League. Okay, we had very, very healthy conversations that day. And I think that if the politicians themselves also adopt this kind of approach, it's going to help greatly. Because that idea of, for instance, having a base salary that will be funded by government for every Premier League club is going to help a great deal, so that the private people who put their money in here are able to get a certain level of relief, so that they know that they have a certain quantum coming from government. When they add their own effort, it becomes comfortable. And these sportsmen do not run away to all these unorthodox destinations. Back to the point. What are we talking about? We cannot continue, reporting these kinds of stories. We cannot continue coming back and sitting here on these platforms to discuss the same issue over and over again. That just goes to tell you that we're not developing. We're static. We're marking time, and we're just running around the circumference of the circle, and we're not tackling the issue. It is unfortunate. We have to find a permanent solution to this. This is not only the amputee team. This has to do with every other national team.
That is not Black Stars.
We have to move away from
every
this
other
practice.
national team that is not
the Black Stars. We have to move away from this.
Thank you very much. Very well spoken. I've already started to get some interesting messages. This is a message from Daniel in Makati Hill. Says, Fent, I still cannot understand why Richie Dofori touched the ball. Can you please explain? Just out of nowhere.
The thing they want the guy.
Just out of nowhere. And this one says, the European club managers leaving or getting sacked can best be described as ministerial reshuffle. No cause for concern at all. Douglas in Adenta. Guys, let's talk about the Black Starlets semi-final of the WAFU under 17 AFCON. It's a big step. Obviously, the last time we hosted the competition, we didn't get this far. We got kicked out right here at home. It was hosted in Cape Coast. So, big step for Lions, and 2 wins out of 2. 7 goals scored.
We got to the semis.
It was the same stage and the same opponents that eliminated.
Nigeria,
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso.
Burkina
Faso
Faso
in the group stages.
Yeah, but
and Burkina beat us in the semis.
True, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Cape Coast. I was on comms on that day, so you can't.
Oh God.
I remember everything.
Yeah.
Nigeria had that right back of both free kick brutal. I remember.
Yeah. So the same stage we are now.
Yeah.
And then 7 goals scored in 2 games. 1 conceded. Lykinson doesn't seem impressed by the football that his boys have played, at least judging by everything that we've seen from what he's told them. I mean, I don't know whether this is even worth discussing, but certainly every time he goes out on social media and has gone out on social media a lot, there's been lots of very splitting opinions on, first of all, why is this video even out? And second, there are those that say, why is he talking to youngsters like that? There are others that say, these are the standards he's demanding, and that's what we should all demand from our coach. A coach that is demanding, that is never satisfied, that is looking for the absolute best, and every subpar performance has to be called out. Where do you stand on all of this? Daniel, I'm going to begin with you on this one.
Before you come in, let's remember that we have entered a new era, okay? That new era of social media, where unfortunately we can have the pictures of documents of vehicles that have been imported into this country, personal documents, where you can have someone who's been received at the, a dead body that's been received at the morgue with a picture of the dead body on platforms. That is the era we're in. In the same way, we find ourselves in an era where pep talk in the dressing room is no more a myth. Look at what happened when our friends at Metro TV back in the time started the very close coverage of the Black Stars team. I mean, it obviously got to a certain point where it became a little too much, and it became one of the problems that that the team had, that there was too much visibility, and you needed to cover up some of the things that were done in the team. A very quick one. Coaches say things to their players. I was having a conversation with Michael Essien's spouse the other day, and she was telling me what Mourinho used to say to the players to ginger them up to go and perform on the pitch. You'll be surprised. So, I do not see anything wrong, especially at this stage of their lives. You see, these guys are being built, and they must understand from the word go that when you are wearing the jersey and when you've been selected to be a part of a team, the coach is the master. You see, it may look like it's a little extreme and all of that, but hey, at this same age, people are drafted into the military and they go through worse. So what are we talking about here? Finally, I think that Laie Kingston is bringing a certain refreshed vibe to the coaching space. First of all, he's gotten the requisite training, he has played the game, and he is able to communicate confidence, first of all, to the players whom he's managing, and to the people who are the receiving ends. That's you and I and the fans. Because sometimes when you want to follow a team, one of the things you need is what? Star power, big performers, and a coach whom you know can twist and turn things around and get the team to perform and to win. For me, I don't have much of a problem with what happened. Worse things are said to players, and they have to learn how to be disciplined, how to whip themselves into line and align with the master's vision, which is the coach's vision. And then after that, I mean, based on that, they're able to grow and always demand excellence of themselves. I think the coach was just right in the way he communicated to the players. There's nothing wrong with it.
Is that your own thinking process?
Tairu, if everybody in this world has access to our Monday morning meetings, if everybody has access to it's true. If everybody has access to it, then every day they'll be fighting in this world.
Yeah.
The people who are complaining, the people who they have their own small meetings in their offices and things. But that is
not a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
Serious business.
You see, this is their job. You get it. And that has perfectly explained it. Laie is the boss. The thing is, when you watch All or Nothing, there's editing.
Of course.
This one is raw.
Yes, scripted.
This one is raw. We know that these things are normal. You see, so you can't take this 1 minute 30-second video of him blasting somebody and then.
But what is even blasting?
There's nothing wrong with it.
What is blasting?
There's nothing. You see, the problem is that person who is posting the thing, no jai. It's not necessary, because when you put out these sort of videos and there's no explanation to, there's no understanding, it takes it completely out of context, and that is when it will worry the team. It's not the action that is happening that is going to worry the team. The players are used to this thing. They are, look, all their lives. This is normal coach-player relationship.
It's
and
very
if you've been around the team, you know how very close the players are to Lai. You know how much he values them. So when he's talking to them like this, they don't take it the way you who don't know him is taking it.
And besides,
it's normal. Charlie.
And besides, even the content of what he's saying, even if you analyze it critically, what is wrong with it?
Thanks.
Like the second video, for example, where he says, when you get the ball, you play it among yourself nicely. Then when the opposition gets the ball, you sit down, relax, and let them also play. It shouldn't be like that. You should crash them.
His message is
spot
the
on.
very problem you all complain that you have in your Black Stars.
Thank you.
Yet
attitude.
Yet when they are drilling this into the next generation of the Black Stars players from the first national team, you are complaining. Look. And Danike is here. A couple of months ago, Danike did a brilliant education about the development of players from all levels. Under 2, in the womb, under 1, under 7, under 7 months, under 1 month, you are allowed to do whatever. In fact, there's no goalkeeper, there's no winger. You play, you have fun, enjoy the game as much as possible because they want you to feel free to discover yourself and learn your practice. If you're left footer, if you're right footer. Just try. By the time you get to U10, U12, U15, at that stage, it's the formative stage. So they are building technique, ability. Look, the under 17 we knew 30 years ago.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Football has evolved.
Competition zone.
It is when you get to under 17, the conversation is about winning. That is why from La Masia, from Real Madrid, from City's academy, from May's academy, they are able to draft special under 17 players straight into the senior team and they understand what it means to win. So Lamine Yamal was only 16 years couple of months ago until he turned 17. Yep. We saw Gavi, we saw Pedri, we saw Phil Foden when he was a baby and playing for City, right? We see, in fact, the examples are plenty. You can name them, plenty. The reason is by U17, the conversation is what the senior national team player can do or should be doing, you should start doing it as well. Except that by the time you get to U20, U23, you'd have been perfecting the art.
More consistent.
It's not about, that is where, and what Laye was saying was, listen, Boga, listen. Ghanaians, don't be hypocrites.
That's right.
2 years ago, when Park Fabian's team were bad and they were not playing well, we lashed out at them. Did you guys consider that they were under 17 players? When you were mentioning their name on social media and saying they were no good. When under 23 and under 20 go and play and we're saying that Fatah is all you can do in this life. Did you consider that you was a young player? You yourself at home or in the car listening to us, you are demanding of these players you call young.
Very high standard.
Yet, when the man in charge is demanding that they do what he tells them and drill discipline, attitude and character into them, you complain that they are kids. Boga, these boys are not kids. Some of them play in Division 2. Some of them play in Division 3.
They are Karim's mates.
Because in Ghana, our football, our Division 3 and Division 2 starts from U15 people and U16. And it's not a bad thing. What it means is that we are exposing them to the
very
game
early.
at very, very early. So for me, friends, I have no problem whatsoever with the message. And see, the videos I've seen 2.
Listen,
the first one that he was
this is called Poetic Lances. For the purposes of our listeners who
Yes.
might not have heard, irrespective of the content, this is what Lai says. He's saying this is the first video. This is after.
Which one? Was he in black?
Yes, this is the first one.
The first
there
one.
are
The one
two
in
videos.
black.
I'll play both.
Good. I like the one in black. So you play both. I'll come to
so
it. I'll
this
wrap it
is this is the first one, and this was after the first game.
Yeah.
After the first game.
First half of the first game.
After the first game.
Yeah.
No, this was after. They
Full
were
time.
they had won.
Full
Yes,
time.
full
Okay,
time.
okay.
They had won 5-1.
5-1, yeah.
Okay. Then Lai goes in, and then he says this to the players.
It's been shit first half. Shit. Forget about the goals. It's been shit. They've dominated us. First time dominating us. Opponent dominating us. First time. Yes, what else? Recovery runs. Yes. Especially Ayanga and Kakao. You've been lazy. You're running like that. There's no agency. One time you put pressure, a little bit intensity, what happened? You wonder why they lost the ball. It's been shit first half. Shit.
All right. So that's that. So once again, apologies for the language, as I indicated before playing the video. So that's basically what Lai said to the team after the full time, and he was referring to their first half performance, and he says that they were not great. And you heard the word he used there. Obviously, I can't repeat it. Then there was yesterday. Okay, Tuesday.
That wasn't Tuesday.
No. I said the video I just played.
The second one, that's what I was going to correct. The second one circulating wasn't the waffle. It was preparation to waffle. Yeah. It was one of their friendly matches. The one that he's telling them that their attitude of the ball and then
so this very one that I'm about to play. Okay.
Yes.
So shambolic.
Yes. It wasn't the
waffle. Shambolic. This is attitude.
Preparatory game.
How many times we've got there, we've had them there, and then the moment someone loses the ball, or Nabi loses the ball, or Chibano loses the ball, Tagawa is here, you are here, and then the six get the ball, he turns, and then he bring the line, and then he come. Get closer and smash them! Put pressure on the ball and win it! When I get one on the ball, someone is fighting with the ball, and the rest are standing and watching. Double up and win the ball from him and play forward. Where's the character? Where's the attitude? Where's the hard work? We get the ball, we play nice. They also get the ball, then we watch. Then they play nice. We are not in control. We are never in control. And that's not part of us. No matter what the opponent is, smash them, go close to them. When we don't have the ball, we run to win it back and play.
All right, so that's the second video that just came out. It just came out, but Ticho, you're trying to say that it's not from. This is not from the game against Benin.
No.
This is an earlier video.
So the first one where he was wearing black,
yes,
and you used the word "we apologize for."
Yes,
that was the waffle game post the game.
That's right. Well, was after the first game.
That was after the first game.
But this second one was not after the second game.
This one was pre-tournament.
That's right.
When he was actually
preparing the
team. Character, the attitude, and how the team was going to perform. Listen, and when the tournament started, we've seen it. We've seen the attitude of the boys off the ball. Mm-hmm. We've seen how they are pressing. You think you got that into them by being nice and hugging them? No. Right. And if you listen to the first video post the Cote d'Ivoire game, after he had told them, use the words he used, and explained why he thought they were not great, he further asked the team a question, and what else? And there were two players who were interacting with him.
Yeah. Who spoke, yeah.
Does it look like these players are not relating to the coach?
So this was sort of a tactical review.
Yes. And he was asking the team that what else? And the boys
were peer review.
It was an open conversation, but he's the boss.
After the Niger game.
Yeah. So put these things into context. Look at the body language of all the players there. Look at their responses and their faces when the manager was talking. It didn't look like he was scaring them to death. Didn't it look like the boys were paying attention, even contributing to what they could do better? Boga, you want your team to perform at a certain standard, but you don't want us to demand that attitude and character from them from U17. By the time they will catch U23, they must say, oh.
Very well. So it means that we are in agreement here. Do you have a dissenting view?
No, I don't. Yeah. I think that, look, we like to major in the minors. There are important conversations to be had about this particular project. It has nothing to do with the content of what Lai was saying in that. No, far from that. For me, the most important things are that this project means more for many reasons. One, to restore the confidence that we have lost in the Black Starlets, but also we need our coaches to do well. For a long time, the Ghana Premier League and our elite football competitions, and essentially our football has suffered because we do not have strong coaching principles that are able to revolutionize our game and add value to players. So we are blessed with a lot of talent. And you see, because we do not give players too much information, they are allowed to grow. And they grow with all the defects in their game. So they look very raw. So the best of our talents go out there and they are told, your fundamentals are wrong.
Very weak.
It's happened to two of perhaps the biggest talents we've produced in the last 6 or 8 years.
Sure.
Efriye Banye, Abdul Fattah Issahaku. Fattah got lucky in the sense that he got a manager who understood him and allowed him to make his mistakes on the big stage. Essentially, he learned on the job. But if our game is
Even
going
with that, the questions were still clear.
Yeah.
No, they are still there.
They are still
They
there.
are still there.
It will take
Sporting
time.
didn't have that patience with him.
It will take time, and we're all praying that Leicester will activate that. They'll find a way, because I think they have a transfer ban, so that is what they need to negotiate.
Yeah.
They'll find a way around that so that they're able to actionalize that activation of the release clause, and then the move goes on, because it is important for his progress. But I'm saying that we need coaches whose ideas and principles add value to the individual talents and revolutionize our game. For a long time, our game has been, and it is still dependent on borrowed, wrong ideas or wrongly applied concepts from half a world away. Ideas that
Contextually inappropriate.
So you have that, and then you have the misapplication of the ideas themselves. And that is why, if you've noticed, for some of us, it's not like we are blindly loyal to every new coach that pops up. I got excited about Samuel Boadu because if you looked around, who really was there to be excited about? I got excited about Ignatius for similar reason, about Prosper for similar. Unfortunately, all of these guys are not able to sustain success, which means there's something wrong with the ideas they are coaching with. Boadu had 4 titles in 2 years after that, had possibly the worst 8 months I have seen of any manager at Hearts of Oak. We saw Ignatius struggles. We're seeing Prosper Ogum struggles. But in the last 5 or 6 years, the bulk of the titles in Ghanaian football have been won by Boadu and Ogum. That is why we need this Starlets team, Desmond Ofei, and the young coaches, Otuado, who are coming up around this time, not only to succeed, but ideas and principles you can point to and make sense of.
Working.
Yes, players will believe in. Ideas that players respond to. And that
there has to be a minimum attitude acceptable.
That is it. And that is why,
irrespective of the level.
You know, one thing I like from that video was the fact that the players seem to respond to him. Now, it is one thing impacting information. Players can take in information. Players can assimilate it. They can even apply it. But when it gets to the point of being able to interpret it enough, understand it enough, to respond back and give you feedback on that idea and give you their own opinion of that idea, that's a whole different
thing. That is a whole
So when you have under 17 players being able to exchange ideas with the coach, for me, it's a good thing.
Okay.
If there is anything to be spoken about in terms of our national team coaches, it is the fact that Lai should not be working for free. Desmond Ofei should not be working for free. All of these guys are doing pro bono at our national team level, and it is unconscionable.
They don't have contracts.
We cannot.
I know the FA has.
They have now.
The FA. Hold on.
Hold on. Signed. He confirmed.
Hold on.
Yes,
the FA has. Who pays our national teams?
The sports ministry.
Thank you. Lai Kinsing, Desmond Ofei, who else? All the other 9 coaches, apart from Otuado, do not have contracts with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. They have contracts with the FA, who have found a way to pay them allowances for their efforts,
but not salaries.
Not salaries.
And you know
and they're paying that money from the FIFA Forward Fund.
Yes. You know this
is the FA's own, which is great credit to them, because in the past, when the sports ministry hadn't paid these youth coaches,
it became a problem.
They had also turned a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
Now they're taking their own action to try and rescue the situation. Even if it is not the ideal monies that these guys are getting paid, they're still getting some amount of money from the FA.
Curiously, I was speaking to someone at the sports ministry last week. Did you know that even though these guys do not have any contracts with the sports ministry, they are all expected to abide by the strict professional code of conduct that all public servants abide by?
Hammer on that point for me, because there's a problem, isn't it?
You're talking about discretion, professionalism, integrity. Integrity. You're not paid. And you see, a few years ago, Pakwesi Fabian said at the under 17 level, once upon a time, a player's agent offered him a $5,000 bribe.
Yes,
$5,000.
That's good money.
At under 17 level.
This is 2017.
That is the extent to which people are prepared to go to influence the process. In other words, that is the value attached to the team. If you're asking people to show integrity.
I don't even think what the FA pays them every month is up to $5,000.
No, but come on, bonuses will not even be up to $1,000. Allowances cannot be even up to $1,000.
Daniel, what's your problem?
If the FA are introducing new national teams, you understand? Yes. Now there's under 15, there's under 18, there's under 21, there's under 16. If they are introducing new national teams and they are hiring new people, they should pay them. Because then if you go and send that one to the sports ministry, they still not pay the black princesses the World Cup bonus. So the thing is adding up. So if you see the sense in, they are technically staff of the FA, so the FA should pay. So I don't credit them because who should pay them?
What I need to establish is whether that arrangement comes into force every time a particular national team is in camp and preparing for a competition, because lots of the national teams that you just mentioned that have just been created, they've not had any kind of work.
Yeah.
So, and the coaches that have been appointed
so that one, the sports ministry shouldn't pay them any monthly salary.
No.
Yeah, when you start working, then the FA will pay them.
Just to conclude on this matter, I was looking at the budgetary allocation for sports in the last 3 years. 2022, we had 318 million Ghana cedis. Last year, 395 million Ghana cedis. This year, it's slashed by 200 million cedis, because presumably the country is going through austerity, so it made sense. I'm just saying that the sports ministry needs to find a way of generating its own revenue.
They do.
We might have to go back to that sports fund component of the sports bill in Parliament look at actually operationalize it, get it passed, look at practical ways of generating revenue. Because this situation where, and sports is perhaps one of the least funded sectors of the economy.
Yeah, of course.
And if I were the president and the country is going through austerity, I agree with Akufo-Addo's decision to slash the sports budgets by 200 million cedis. The country doesn't have money. This is not the time to throw a lot of money into sports. If at this point, if after the 200 million Ghana cedis slash, the sports minister, the chief director of the ministry, they cannot sit down and realize that at this point, we need to find our own way of generating revenue. Then they need to start asking themselves some serious questions about their suitability.
But you see, the problem, the bigger problem with the country is that even when you have tied revenue to a certain tax component, those disbursements don't happen. And we have a good example at the sports ministry to demonstrate this. And I'm talking about the National Youth Authority, who are entitled to 5% of the District Assembly's Common Fund. And it's from that money that they anticipated they would make enough, and then decided to start the construction of 10 National Youth Resource Centers across the country. As we speak, how many months since they've not released a payment to the NYA since 2020, I believe. Or is it 2022?
Since July 2022.
Since July 2022. So even statutory payments from tax components are not being released to the receiving authorities. So yes, we could create a 5% somewhere of a certain fund that goes into the sports fund and say this is where we get this money from. And the sports ministry could go another 5 years without that money being paid to them. I'm not saying it means we shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that we have a big problem.
Just to answer you, the simple explanation is that it's a matter of clout.
You are saying that Hajide and these people don't have clout. That's why they're not paying their money.
Who is
individual clout? Is it not a statutory payment?
Which people are?
Or does somebody go and twerk to somebody before they pay their money?
Let me answer you.
No,
who is at the District Assembly's Common Fund?
Huh?
Who's at the District Assembly's Common Fund?
Who is there?
Yes.
Who is there, Sese?
We can start with the administrator. Who's the administrator?
I don't know. You tell me.
Natoshi. Does she look like someone the NYA can bully into releasing funds?
Does she need to be bullied into releasing the fund? The real question is...
I'm saying this based on my understanding of the current situation, the situation that has led us to the last reports that we did when we contacted her. She said, in no uncertain terms, they had priorities. The NYA and the Youth Resource Centers. It's not one of them.
And this can want you.
Oh, boga.
See this conversation, where we are going won't end.
It's that you is taking us there.
No, you asked the question.
They are even the sports themselves. They are not generating money for themselves. This general attitude of you are there, then sports ministry pump money inside. You pump money with the anticipation that we'll get something in return. But if Class was there, over there, then 3 people are coming to watch. The 3 people who are there is the security man's friends who are coming to watch, so they don't pay this thing.
But you see, it's cyclical. The matter is cyclical.
Yeah, so you see, that's the fix that problem. Do you think it's every year that the British government is throwing money? Do you know how much they collect from the Premier League?
They do take a lot of money.
They take a lot of money from all the sports. Yeah. So when the sports demand something from them, they'll give because they know that they'll get their money back. So you just fix the root
our
problem
own fundamental.
Before you
055.
But before that, no, still I pay the Black Princesses because the fact that they've paid the Africa Games thing, it doesn't mean that the
Africa Games payment problem. So the officials are crying because they said the team sports, they only paid up to 5 officials. Everybody else come out for them.
They have a cap for the officials that they will pay.
Yes. They pay 5 people.
So
they have the specific number. So they pay coach, assistant coach, physio. 5 people. Finish. All the hangers on. Nobody gets anything.
My question is,
did
they communicate this to the federations and the teams?
Before?
Yes,
no,
before.
When it came to paying. No, in fact, I think it started with submitting the list of people.
If I'm an arm wrestler and I win gold,
yes,
are you going to pay my trainer too?
Is your trainer listed as arm wrestling official?
So the 3,000, 2,000, it goes to the athlete and then the officials too for all the sports.
Yes. So this is what happens. For example, Black Princesses, they won gold. The ministry decided that they would pay each member of the princesses $3,000 for the gold that they've won. Mm-hmm. So apart from the playing body, they've also decided they would pay up to 5 officials off the team who contributed.
I understand, but I don't think you're getting my question. So if you and I we play tennis doubles, Achu and Situ, they are singles, and Natinho,
yes,
and they went a round of 64.
Yes.
You and I went to the final and we won as doubles.
Yes.
When we get our 3K each,
yes, our
coach who is Muftar will also get 3K.
Yes.
So if
even you and I, some of his players got eliminated earlier.
Okay, yes. So if you and I win gold, Achu won gold, Sicho won gold, does it mean that my coach will get 9K?
No. No. You see, this is what you don't understand. When you go for competition, it's a national team. Yeah. So the national team has coaches, irrespective of your individual coaches. And for those coaches, if you coach someone, one athlete, to a gold medal, if you coach 3 athletes from your department to 10 gold medals, it is gold.
And it will count as 1.
It's 1.
Your personal coach will not be recognized.
No. So if you coach, so let's say tennis, right? You have, let's say tennis has 10 athletes or 10 tennis players that you've entered. The 10 tennis players will have a set number of coaches that the tennis federation has attached to that team.
Yeah.
So if all of you, even manager, and you are able to even coach one person to a gold medal, you all get gold. The same way that you all get the bonus, even though you coach only one person out of the 10 to a gold medal.
So if all 10 get,
you still get 1. Yes, as official. That's how it works.
Masa, let's move
but for the athletes, if they win 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze, they will get 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000. Because they tried to pay some arm wrestler. They tried to pay some arm wrestler who won 3 medals, and they gave him. They gave him. He won, I think, 3 gold medals or so. But you 1 person. Anyway, he went and they gave him 6,000. He took the check and he threw it there and it caused a scene. He said, "Man, Jay, hey." He didn't take the money.
But if you want to explain.
No, they have to pay him for it.
If you want to explain, it's okay.
No, they have to. I don't want to. Please, I don't want any trouble. Okay. You're listening to Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. Hits 103.9 FM. Brought to you by Patreon. As well. Your messages are welcome. 055-1111-997. 055-1111-997. Petro says every drop matters just as every penny counts. Good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs. So take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. Look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol fuel station for your clean, accurate quantity fuel suitable for new technology vehicles. So be a happy customer, fill with smiles, drive more miles, and save some money. Petrosol, your clean quality fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. I've got lots of your messages here. Remember, we are also building up to the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey on the 1st of June. It's a big, big deal. 1st of June, the Champions League final at the Aviation Social Center. We start from 12 p.m. all the way till after the game. Lots of activities there. It's basically a festival, all right? It's a fun fair, okay? All the kebab, all the beer, all the Coca-Cola, all the whatever. It's your choice. It's your decision. All the meat, all the chinchinga, everybody will be there, okay? On the 1st of June at the Aviation Social Center. It will be lit. Come repping your jersey as I'm doing today. I'm wearing an F1 jersey. Daniel is wearing an Arsenal jersey. Sichofe is wearing a Nasser jersey. And you say what?
You think the people are watching on Facebook, they don't get eyes.
You are wearing a Nasser jersey.
Al
Nasser jersey. You didn't get it visually, eh?
No, I thought you said I was saying that.
Al Nasser.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
That's why we play.
If you go to Saudi, you play Jalabia.
No, it's for there.
Achu is wearing
Burberry jersey, Burberry.
It's not
Hey.
Burberry. It's not Burberry.
Hey,
It's not Burberry.
you see this
That
like
he was-
when
It's
Achu
not
first
Burberry.
came, when Achu came here, I asked him. I said, Achu, that's a very nice shirt. What brand is this? Achu looked at the logo. He said he looked at the logo. He couldn't tell me. Then he looked at it again. Couldn't tell me. Then he took a picture and sent it to Mr. Atto. Was standing there. Mr. Atto, which brand is this?
Natinho.
Then Mr. Atto said, oh, it's Burberry.
It's not
You
Burberry.
have the information now.
Then he
not-
came to me and said it's Burberry.
So he's learning.
One of those
That's
people.
a good trait of a.
It's not Burberry.
Yeah, he's
It's
learning.
one. This one is Burberry.
Look at the thing. Well, it's not Burberry.
The
Three
Burberry
to
logo.
no trust
hold
The
on.
thing we say is,
Them-
see, Natinho they rate at you.
Yes.
So you watch him once, no way. But
See.
if you critically watch the thing, no.
It not be Burberry.
If somebody they
hold on.
sit, the guy they sit panda, you know panda. When they hold javelin, they throw javelin. I'm full this TV very.
You see listen, Denike, this is it. The Burberry logo has a picture of a man riding a horse. What do you see in that?
It's a
t-shirt?
panda.
That's what it is, bro.
Charlie,
That's what.
if it's a horse, the horse is obolo.
That's what it is. I told you.
Achu is wearing a shirt. Your microphone is off. You are wearing a Burberry.
Lost credibility.
In that case,
How did he not see
in that
what
case,
it was?
Master, you are sitting next to him. He can see that.
Oh, he can see it.
The man is
So how
right.
did
But
he
the
not see?
Burberry, you know. He said the Burberry horse, no.
Yes.
Like the 4 legs, no.
It's like this, yes.
When it raised.
It's pranking, like the
Yo,
Ferrari
like,
logo.
The 4 legs, no. It's sick.
No, this be customized.
I
This be
think
customized.
the horse fat. The horse fat. If you raise the leg, the horse go obolo.
This be customized, baby.
Obolo.
This reminds me of the Nokla days. Nokla. Wait, what are some of the famous ones?
Nike.
Adildas.
You any came before? You said Nike before.
Wait, what is Nike? Spell it.
The fake of Nike.
Yeah, how do you do it?
Nike. It be.
No, I have.
N-I-I-K.
I have seen.
N-I-I-K-E.
I have seen Mike.
Charlie.
I have seen Mike.
You see P-O-M-A before. Puma.
Yeah.
What?
I see Puma.
Poma.
Yeah,
I see
Puma.
Puma. I
Instead
see
of
Charlie
Puma.
class
I've
3.
I've seen Adildas.
Charlie, the time I did class 3.
Yeah.
But if you go buy me some adult that's me. When they be 4 stripes, oh. But me too.
Hey, four.
Charlie, if you see the thing,
Yeah.
if you see the thing, Charlie, you know your eye no will count up. Charlie, I enter the class, Charlie, this is the push I walking so
Yes.
I walk, Charlie, I feel good.
Correct.
When somebody see, say, you can't say 1, 2,
2, 3, 4.
Hey, killer.
Guys, let me kill you. We just have filler from Bangkok.
That's right, Bangkok correspondent. What's happening? We're going to get into that next.
So, Amadou Mohamed has lost.
Oh no!
Yeah, the referee stopped his bout in the second round. So the Dominican opponent has
Has won.
Has
round of 64. First round, no.
First round. So just as you
God.
indicated earlier, each of our boxers has to behave yourself. Each of our boxers has to go through this.
That is
round
bad.
64, 32, 16 quarterfinals, semis before the final, and looks like so. Now we have to.
We have 5 left.
We have.
Who are those 5 left?
Yeah. So there is Henry Malm. There is Theophilus Dipakwalote.
Okay.
There's the process
Ahojo.
engineer. Makajovia Hojo. And then there's the process engineer, Dr. Onela Satu. She's the only female on the team. So
all right, so that is bad news. We have to take a break now. When we come back, we still got a lot for you, plus all your messages, your thoughts on the Likings thing. Address is welcome as well. I see lots of you are sending in messages. Some of you seem to agree with us here in the studio. Some of you have few dissenting views. Whatever your view is, 055-1111-997. On X or on Twitter, use the hashtag GamePlan. I'm going to go there as well and read some messages. You're listening to Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. We'll be right back.
GH Ghana, are you ready for the biggest football night? The Hits FM Rep Your Jersey 2024. The clock is ticking towards the UEFA Champions League finale. The heat is on. The Spaniards, Real Madrid, clash with the Germans, Borussia Dortmund for the UEFA trophy. Which team are you rooting for, or are you against for shaggy reasons? Wear your favorite UEFA club jersey and join us at the Viation Social Center on Saturday, 1st June 2024 for the 13th edition of the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey from 10 a.m. till you drop. Come compete in the club's fun, entertainment, and other activities. We got sports quiz, 5-a-side soccer, e-game contest, and many more with amazing prizes to be won. Be there to watch the climax of football's greatest story. Hala Madrid versus the black and yellow in grand style on a giant screen. Follow us on our social media platforms. Hashtag Hits Rep Your Jersey 24. The Hits FM Rep Your Jersey is supported by Joy Sports and Joy Prime TV and sponsored by Soccer Bet. Your best bet for sports betting. Shelters lozenges. Think natural, think Shelters, Heineken, Shell the Passion, National Petroleum Authority, Jamar Detergent, your partner for clean clothes, Syntex tanks, and you're strong and you're tough. Peugeot from Silver Star Auto, Franco Trading Enterprise, Still Foam Papa Power Fie, Citizen Sports Mall, Ice Drop Drinking Water. Stay healthy, stay hydrated.
It's here again. Your heroes, our heroes, the impact makers in our communities. For the finalist recognition and award, here is your verdict per your nomination. From the Eastern Regional town of Noka, we have Eunice Esiedua Ejepong for her impact on education and volunteerism. The people of Donko Krom, Afram Plains, and Salt Pond also nominated Dr. Kwame Sakwa Edu for his immense contribution to rural livelihood empowerment. We also have Reverend Sister Jacinta Ikpiakwachiwa Osei for her selflessness in sustaining and promoting community welfare in Achim Aprade, also in the Eastern region. Andrew Ejanim won the hearts of people in Sampa in the Buna region for his contribution to education and ICT. For women's empowerment and girl child education in Tamale, Rhoda Kadwa Wedam etches her name in the history of the northern region. In the Great Accra region, we have Nicholas Kofi of Medina for education and social welfare. Gloria Ladi Adakrugu is hailed by the people of Inyinem in the eastern region for her outstanding care and passion for education among children of school-going age. Joseph Maujom receives loud applause also in the eastern region for providing safe water to deal, among others, with water, sanitation, and hygiene-related matters. And last but not least, we have Dr. Joel Dua Afi from Kukwom in the Asunafo district of the Ahafo region. Join us live on Joy News and Joy 99.7 FM as we celebrate these extraordinary individuals. Joy News Impact Makers Awards 2024 is brought to you by McDan Foundation, Gold Key Properties Limited, DBS Industries, and First National Bank.
Introducing
announcing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gamepackgames.com or dial star 946 hash to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
This is what it has come to, the moment that defines a season. It's the finale, and I want it all. I want all the goals and the drama. I want Pep and Klopp racing for the top. I want the biggest stars shining on Champions League nights. I want the fairy tale stories and the glory. I want the passion of Serie A. I want the flair of La Liga. I want the Premier League. I want the football finals. I want it all. Reconnect to catch every match live on DSTV.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back to Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. Hits 103.9 FM. Let me tell you about the Save Ghana Fund. If you're tired of the same old political rhetoric and believe it's time for a change that truly represents the voices of our youth, women and children, now is the time. We're introducing you to Nana Kwame Bediako, the presidential candidate who is not just promising change, but actively working to make it happen. He's not your typical politician. He's a visionary leader with a passion for making our country better through innovative industrial revolution. Together, we can change the political narrative and create a government that truly represents the interests of all citizens. So, Nana is asking you to join him on this journey to build a better and inclusive future for all by contributing to the Save Ghana Fund campaign. Your support, no matter the amount, is not just a donation. It's an investment in the shared desire for a more prosperous, equitable, and better nation. Go to www.nkb.com.gh or dial star 887 star 2024 hash to donate. Thank you for your support. Let me also tell you about this play that George Kwe and his people are putting together. After a record 13 rounds of Ola Rotimi's The Goals Are Not to Blame, Image Bureau, April Communications and the National Theatre have reconvened for another theatrical adventure. This June, dive deep into the heart of Ghanaian theatre as Now Ashoko makes her directing debut with The Legend of Akusika in honor of the writer Professor Martin Owusu. Book a seat now for a mind-blowing dramatic experience with some of the finest talents in the business. Mauli Semevo, Andrew Tando Adote, Edinam Atache, Elvis Crystal, Ano Asamoah Beidu, and for the first time on stage, Adoma. So come, let's celebrate the legendary Professor Martin Owusu on Saturday 1st, Sunday 2nd, Saturday 8th, and Sunday 9th of June at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day at the National Theatre. Tickets are selling fast for only 200 Ghana cedis at this website, imagebureaugh.com, or just dial star 714 star 11 star 21 hash. Star 714 star 11 star 21 hash. The Legend of Akusika is supported by the Ghana Tourism Authority, Need Plans Car Rentals, MGL Logistics, Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime, Daily Guide, Graphic Communications Group, and proudly brought to you by Stanbic Bank, Telesale, and the National Lottery Authority. The Legend of Akusika, the theatre doesn't get better than this. Game Plan is proudly sponsored by Petrosol. Every drop matters. Guys, let's switch our attention to a few other things. But before that, let me take a few messages that have come through here. Good afternoon, Game Plan. What's happening here? Like in where he ball like this. Kofi listening inside Amasama sent that message on WhatsApp. Let me read a few more messages on WhatsApp before I go to X, Twitter. Hi, Fen. This is Stanley Inachimoto. He says, please ask who had a better season, Fatau Isaaku for Leicester or Ademola Lookman for Atalanta. I'm enjoying the show. Thank you, Stanley. Stanley, this question, isn't the answer very obvious? One is a European champion. The other one is a domestic champion. So, interesting. Anyway, Kwame from Lakeside Estate says, we were here when Vincent Company, when the Vincent Company Bayern video came out, and this is no different. He even called his star man useless and should go back and play in the U20 as Kwame. Speaking about Company as well, part of the managerial merry-go-round that we mentioned. This one says, I like Lai. He has the pep gene. This is a message from Wilson. This one says, hi, Coach Lai is coaching like Pep at Man City. I have seen videos of Pep coaching or talking to his players, and it's the same thing. John in Tema with that message. This message is from Bedroom Pep Guardiola from Ontario, Canada. And he says, sweet good morning. No serious manager will really consider joining this Chelsea owners this season. By the way, which coach suits Chelsea? He's asking. Okay. Hi, Fen. Please explain why Chelsea will lose the Europa League spot if Man United wins tomorrow. Chelsea are not in the Europa League spot. Tottenham Hotspur are. No, Chelsea are in Conference League spot. Please. Spurs are in the Europa League spot. Chelsea are in the UEFA Conference League spot. That's what it means. So, wait, hold on. Does it mean? Is it trying to say that?
Kalma.
Yes.
Premier League has two Europa places, one Conference League. If
Yes.
Man United wins, Man United and Spurs go to
Europa.
Chelsea goes to Conference. Chelsea have guaranteed European football.
So I don't
if
understand
Man
this
U
question.
loses, Chelsea goes to Europa
Yes.
with Tottenham.
Yes.
Then who finished 17th? Is it Newcastle? Then Newcastle go to Conference League.
Yes. So Newcastle are the ones at risk. Of dropping out of Europe and
They are not even there at all, but they have a chance depending on the result of the FA Cup. Yes. All right, cool. So your question is answered. Chelsea are not dropping out of anywhere. Okay. Especially the only place they are dropping out of is being a top club in Europe. The way things are going there. Some way. Anyway. All right. Let me see some more messages here on Twitter or on X. Benjamin Clinton says, I think the reason why the Amputee team are not getting support could be because of the Black Challenge name. And remember, the name carried great effect. So he wants us to change the name. I think that's not a bad suggestion at all. Nana Kwame Jr. says, have you realized the teams that the FA and its people have no financial gains from are doing better? However, when it comes to the Black Stars, which is the cash cow, everything is bazaar. Charles Kujo says, we like to major in the minors in this country. Allow the coaches to shout if that will bring the glory. People behave as if they don't see the backroom ranting of top managers, example Pep and Jose. Interesting thoughts there as well from Kojo. FTK Liberty says there's nothing wrong with what Coach Lai said to his boys. They have to learn the hard way. It will benefit them going forward. Okay. Let me come back to the studio and take some thoughts from you guys on what's been happening. First of all, Chelsea Football Club have gotten rid of Pep. Sorry, I said Pep. They've gotten rid of Pochettino after what was a really decent end to the season. Yes, admittedly, they had a difficult start, a difficult middle. But Chelsea have ended the season on a really good note, have secured themselves European football, which could turn into Europa if Man United lose. But the owners and the manager have decided that the relationship is just not working for them. So they've gotten rid of Pep Guardiola. Why do I keep saying Pep Guardiola? What is wrong with me?
Get out of that dream.
What is wrong with me?
Wake up!
They've gotten rid of Pochettino, and now they're thinking about bringing in
McKenna.
Ipswich Town manager McKenna. There've also been other names that have been thrown in the mix. Enzo Maresca, the Leicester boss, has also been mentioned. Initially, there were names like Michel, the Girona boss, Sebastian Hornes, the Stuttgart boss. Both of them, we are now learning, will not be interested. There was also a mention of the Brighton boss as well at some point, Roberto De Zerbi. Not sure if that's happening. Or it could be happening because we also understand that McKenna is being considered as a Brighton boss, apparently. Man United too.
Hotcake McKenna.
Bro, you took the words out of my mouth, man.
So, and then what fascinates me and annoys me in equal measure is that they said there's a fifth secret name. And now a friend of mine sent me that the fifth secret name is Bob Bradley.
Bob Bradley, former USA coach,
Egypt.
Yes, former USA coach, Egypt. Yeah.
But listen, there's no better person to throw this to than to Sicho, because all season he's been calling this Chelsea project a joke. The Chelsea fans have come after him. And after what seemed like a bit of stability and some joy coming to the Chelsea fans, the joke tells itself.
Thanks. Charlie.
Wait. You don't say McKenna, no. His name
is what?
It's a song.
Sing.
It's one of the most viewed videos on YouTube.
Oh, how does it go?
You know that track. You can dance
It's the only way I remember that song is Parle Biscuit.
Yeah.
Parle Biscuit.
Yes.
That was the song they used for that album. Listen, yes, back to the matter.
Yeah, man. Look, there's no clarity to what Chelsea and their owners, or the Chelsea owners, the Clearlock and Egbali and Todd Bowley want. And when I called this Chelsea project a joke, right, it was simply because I didn't think that the owners were running a football club. The owners are running a business thinking they are smart, so they started using terms like loophole and what have you, as if they were cheating the system. They were smarter than the Real Madrid and Barcelona and what Abramovich used to do. They have more sense than what City have done in their system, what Arsenal are doing, and they are coming to the football ecosystem in Europe to show Europeans how football is done. I looked at everything they were preaching. I said, hang on a minute. You don't have to be a fan to necessarily back everything. Take a pause and ask vital questions. And the first thing that I was questioning was that in what world do you think that you can fade out all your experienced players, sell them by heart, just get them out of the club anyhow?
In the same way,
just sell all of them. In what world? And bring in players you call talented, right? Not accomplished players, not proven players, talented players to come and play together and straight away fit. Where in this world have you ever seen that happen in the sport called football? That was a complete joke. Look, you can give yourself you can give yourself 2 years.
Is it right now? You do feel yourself pass. You do yourself Einstein.
Bro,
I thought the line. So you talk like you do. You see the way they sit.
If I
do
speak,
like this, you see, do
like an invited prophet.
If
I speak,
it's set.
If I'm talking, if I'm
like prophets, will say after the service, then they collect all the offertory.
It's set.
No, see this football thing. If I start something and I'm serious about it and I keep saying it, I don't say it once.
Listen.
Try be careful. I told you guys, Anthony, he can't play by United, and I said it only after 3 months in the red shirts. And then you put this me, but it did here. I've told you people this Chelsea project is a joke. Look, I can mention things, but let's go back to the issue.
Yep.
So the Chelsea owners come, they get rid of everybody at the club, right? And in their minds, they are buying the best. Look, they bought some of the finest talents in the world. Okay? Enzo, fine talent. Caicedo, fine talent. Even Jackson, raw ability, raw talent for his age.
Mudryk.
Charlie. Wesley Fofana, unfortunately for him with the injury. Malo Gusto, Madueke, Badiashile, Chukwuemeka. Look, these talents individually, They are fine talents. Can you imagine if Liverpool had Caicedo for this season? Do you know why he would have played better, or Liverpool's team would have looked better with him? Because he goes into a Liverpool team with more accomplished players, with more experienced players that can pull him along, and then he can add his own ability. In Chelsea, he is the go-to man in the midfield. Can you imagine Enzo, right? Enzo in the Real Madrid midfield. He would be balling out. He would be brilliant. In Chelsea, he struggles because in Chelsea, at his age and with the little experience he has, he's the guy.
He carries the whole responsibility.
So imagine Enzo came to Chelsea as a young player, and there was N'Golo Kante, there was Jorginho, there was Kovacic, and then Enzo is being eased into. Look, the example and template is there. When you go to Real Madrid, when they brought in Tchouaméni and they brought in Camavinga, they didn't sack Modric and Toni Kroos because those boys were coming. They eased them in. Kroos says this year, after this year, he won't play again. Nobody is, of course, you miss Kroos, but everybody knows Madrid have got a fine midfield. Yeah. So there's a template. When Sir Alex Ferguson was bringing Rooney and Ronaldo, he didn't sack Ryan Giggs and sack the rest of the players.
Bellion saved the player.
Bellion and Tuesday. And Ronaldo took his time to master his craft without pressure, took his time to make his mistakes and get it covered by the more accomplished players. We've seen Phil Foden. Pep said it 4 years ago that the Foden that you England people are saying play him. Foden, listen to me, forget the fans. You are not ready. Can you imagine Chelsea buying Foden for 130 million and all of a sudden Foden has to play every weekend because they've bought him? That is not football. It will not work. And the other thing too is, this is where I'll end it. You see, when you assemble these players without any format and you do it by heart, you still need somebody to coach them, somebody to manage them. Chelsea is an elite football club. What Chelsea have been used to under Abramovich is winning. The fans respond to winning. Chelsea is not Bournemouth, Southampton, and Brighton, where they are comfortable that, oh, when the season starts, we know that Man U should beat us, City should beat us, Spurs should beat us. We will lose about 20 games and manage to survive.
Only target Burnley. It's switched out.
At Chelsea, even if City have 90 points and they are beating Chelsea at the bridge, it is disaster.
Yes.
That is the standard. Such a club needs an elite manager. But the conditions the Chelsea owners have set at the club, where they are buying the young talents who are improving, and the talents who come together win now,
and not giving the manager a voice in the transfers,
and they come land for there. For players who, you see, there are two things. When Florentino Perez buys players, he doesn't need the manager's opinion. When Bayern Munich are buying players, extracted Bayern Munich, they don't need the manager's opinion. They are buying you Hurricane. Who dare you to tell us that Hurricane won't fit anywhere?
You have to make it work.
Real Madrid are buying Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaka, Gareth Bale, Benzema, Xabi Alonso. No manager in his right senses will tell Florentino Perez that I don't want Gareth Bale at the time they bought him, or Ronaldo. They are buying players who, if you, the manager in charge, you fail, they will bring another manager capable of winning. And Chelsea showed that example better than any team in the world. When Abramovich assembled players, it wasn't always with the knowledge or the permission of the managers.
True.
He brought in players good enough to win with under any manager. So when they sack a manager who is underperforming, the next manager comes and Chelsea and the Champions League final, winning the Champions League. These players you've assembled, they are unproven. They don't know their craft. Enzo, no, what kind of midfielder is he? Is he a DM, an attacking midfielder, or a central midfielder? He hasn't even discovered this game yet. So there isn't any elite manager who wants to win big things, who will come into these projects and accept that you won't go after Oli Watkins, you won't go after Hurricane, you won't go after Lewandowski, you go after Jackson, and you go after emerging strikers for them to compete in the league. It won't happen. So I said it, that no elite manager will take this Chelsea job. Tuchel came, Enrique came, he said he doesn't want. Nagelsmann came, he said he doesn't want. They settled for Poch. And now when Poch came, Poch has told them that he now wants to have a say, or Poch's indication is that he wants to have a say on which players comes to the club. The club's position is simple. The project is that they are going to go around the world buying some of the best talents available. His job is to coach. Poch is not a newbie. Poch is not a pushover. He can't just coach. He has to manage who comes into the team or not. So when you look at the list of coaches that Chelsea have been said to be tracking, these are managers who perhaps will see the Chelsea job as an opportunity otherwise they wouldn't have had.
Maresca.
So they will come.
McKenna.
All they will do is to coach. They won't question the signings, and that is where Chelsea's project, in my opinion,
it's a joke.
Hey, Sichofe. Listen, apparently, and you see, for me, like, what disappoints me in all of this is that they're basically looking for a Porter 2.0. Yeah. If that's the case, why did you sack Porter? Because all the names they are mentioning are basically managers.
Potters.
Yes, they're basically Potters.
No, Porter has more experience.
He even has more experience.
Only in terms of personality.
And hold on. And now, Chelsea will have to go back for any of these managers they are pursuing and pay compensation again to the clubs that they would be coming from. Apparently, according to Matt Law of the Daily Telegraph, Chelsea will pay in the region of 10 million if they are to get Maresca from Leicester. If they are to get Thomas Frank from Brentford. By the way, Thomas Frank from Brentford, no. Like, have you watched Brentford?
Yeah.
This season they struggle.
They have to pay more than £3 million as compensation to get him from Brentford. Kieran McKenna. If they are to get him, they'll pay something in the region of 10 million or just slightly less to Ipswich Town, a championship team, now Premier League, to get him. He's never coached a game in the Premier League, by the way.
There's no anything.
Then Roberto De Zerbi. If Chelsea are to get him from Brighton again, by the way, how much money has Brighton made from Chelsea in the last?
He'll go for free now.
Has he left?
Yeah, he's left Brighton. But Roberto is available.
He's available for free.
His last game was against Man United.
Champs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The manager. Let me update my list of the managerial merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Because so right now,
and I have a feeling Roberto knew his next move before the mutual agreement.
So apparently, there would also be some £5 million compensation. I don't know to who in this case.
Who Roberto Zerbi's deal?
I don't know.
It's possible that it will go to Brighton because even though they're mutually separated, he still had a 1 year
left.
So yes,
maybe. So there's that exactly. So
contract with them.
So it would still.
It still cost money.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
And it also says that De Zerbi in particular would have to demonstrate that he could work within Chelsea's club structure if he is to get the job.
Roberto De Zerbi will question you. It's the reason why he's left. There's the reason why he's left Brighton.
He's left because of the lack of ambition.
Yes, he will question you. Like he will question you.
And Fabrizio Romano is the one who keeps saying there is a fifth candidate, a secretary. Who is that?
Otoado.
Otto is going nowhere.
I don't know if anybody else has thoughts on that because I wanted to talk about company as well. If we have a bit more time, but briefly on Poch at you.
Let's go to company.
Yeah, go to company. And
me, I want to talk about Atalanta and Lukuluku.
That's why I wanted to rush this through. Listen, but for the Chelsea fans, I just feel like maybe it's time for.
Did you not say you were moving on from Chelsea?
It's in head time.
I'm hurt.
No, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Bayern Munich fans listen to us.
I am very hurt. I'm very hurt.
Ted Lasso is the fifth. Ted Lasso is the fifth candidate.
Who said that? Who said
that? Quick.
This whole thing.
Hey, Jill, can you guys behave? Can you guys behave, please? Behave.
I wish you would disappear from the seats.
What I wanted to say about Chelsea and Todd Bowley and his Chelsea and the way they are running the football club. Let's move on.
Let's enter Bayern.
Company.
It's okay. Let's go. Pelo says on Twitter "Bakbata." Some way.
He said
everything be yours. This is the mentality these owners don't want to see. We can't be settling for mediocre players or coaches. The club's mentality is winning and winning, nothing else. I don't think that they acquired this club with the intention of winning. This is an investment firm that acquired your club. Everything they're doing, they're looking at it as an investment into getting their money back. What they don't understand is that when it comes to football, winning and revenue are directly tied to each other. And that the players that you're buying and claiming that you're investing in them because they are young, there will be no value added to them if they are not winning and playing in the highest competitions. So you buy Enzo, you buy Caicedo, you buy Chukwuemeka, Ugochukwu, and all these other players that you've bought. Very young, very talented. But in the next few years, how much value will you add to them if they're not playing in Champions League football?
Sir,
sorry.
15 seconds ago, you said let's move on.
Sorry, let's move on. Let's move on. Vincent Kompany is on his way to Bayern Munich. That is an almost done deal now. He got barely relegated, and there are people that... Hold on. And there are people that say, hang on a minute. Why are you signing a manager who got a Premier League club relegated? This is Bayern Munich, FC Hollywood, the biggest club in Germany, certainly one of top 5 biggest clubs in the whole world when it comes to football. Vincent Kompany doesn't have that much credit in his bank. He's never won anything major. He coached at Anderlecht, got barely promoted, but one season in the Premier League, that doesn't seem like enough experience to merit the job of Bayern Munich, which had previously been coached by Pep Guardiola. Champions League winner. Ancelotti, multiple Champions League winner. Tuchel, Champions League winner.
Hansi Flick, Champions League winner. Jupp Heynckes, Champions League winner.
There you go.
Pepinho.
Louis Van Gaal, Champions League winner.
That's the point. So, how will this work? Will it work?
Vincent Kompany, championship winner.
Quick.
Thank you.
Behave yourself.
But it's a fact. Yeah, when Champions League.
You didn't specify what championship. You didn't,
championship winner.
You didn't specify.
Quick.
So
English second division winner.
Championship winner.
That's right.
Okay.
Look, actually, I am excited mostly because of more reasons other than just his talent alone. Granted, he's talented. I am just more excited because of the cultural implications of this. Okay, a black man, because we've had this conversation, and those who don't understand when I tweeted, it's like, why are you bringing in the issue of black? It's like you don't
happen.
You have it's also because they probably have not followed the conversation, and these are very important conversations that have been had in the past about black managers not getting the opportunities at the highest level. This is as high as he can get.
And that's why I'm a bit worried, because if we're talking about the black community, if such an opportunity was going to go to a black man, we needed to put our best foot forward. Yes, Kompany may be the highest profile black coach, but if you look at his body of work, I'm not too sure there's a lot in there to give you confidence that whatever the needs of Bayern are, he can create the right context and find success. If you look at the caliber of coaches Bayern were going after, for me, it suggested one thing. And it all stemmed from their interest in Ralf Rangnick. The last time Rangnick had a good coaching job was probably about a decade ago or a long time ago. His reputation is that he built sports institutions. So he built RB Leipzig from the ground up and made them an elite sports institution, economically viable and sporting-wise very competitive. That is what he's noted for. And my thinking is that when Bayern looked at him, they wanted him to establish and change a few things about the way the football team was run. And that's why they would perhaps go for him, because there is not a lot of similarities between his portfolio, Thomas Tuchel's, and even the other coaches that they've looked at. The others are pure coaches. He's more of your sports CEO who will come in and then run the club for you. I don't get that vibe from Vincent Kompany. That aside, there is an issue of management that may be beyond everything Kompany has been entrusted with. The Bayern dressing room notoriously encourages players to speak out against coaches they don't like. And it's not just about questioning the methods of the coach or in the training sessions as we saw the players. They can go as far as saying that this manager, he smokes too much. We don't like him. And you will go. I'm talking here about the Jerome Boateng, Carlo Ancelotti episode. And it wasn't just him. It was Boateng. It was, what's his name? Thomas Müller. It was Manuel Neuer. So it is a team that empowers its big boys in the dressing room. When that sort of thing has been encouraged, I don't believe that it will suddenly stop. In fact, in the past, we've seen how player power and some of these issues have played out.
But that one was a health hazard to the team, so.
But essentially, this is how the club behaves, right?
Yes.
Essentially, Mauricio Sarri can never coach Bayern.
Oh no, you can't.
He will destroy the alliance.
This is how the club behaves. So if you're walking into that dressing room, beyond the ideas that you have, you need a bulletproof, and that has to be a personality they would respect, or a certain track record from doing the things they are doing.
I feel
that
like
is why somebody like Xabi Alonso would have been an excellent fit for that Real Madrid, that Bayern Munich job, because there's not.
What is lacking in company's CV that might, let's say, might attract disrespect? Hold on, might attract disrespect.
I can't answer.
No, it may not necessarily attract disrespect.
Aura, a lack of aura.
What is
He played for Man City.
So
Only Man City.
So
aura no day.
The teams
do you
at
mean
that
aura
level, they
no
don't
day?
respect
There's no aura.
Man
have
City
you
like
seen
that.
Vincent Company addressing even his own teammates at Man City?
That was Man City.
But these,
Friends.
but the caliber of players
let's
at
not
Man
do this.
City.
It's not
Friends,
about caliber. It's
friends,
about
let's
where.
not do
they
this.
you see,
What is wrong
the
with
aura.
Man City?
It's the
Friends,
aura,
let's
no.
not do
The
this.
aura, no.
Friends, let's not do this.
The aura.
Somebody can put 10 Bundesliga titles on the table. 1 treble. In fact, in the case of Manuel Neuer, I think he has 2.
Manuel Neuer, Müller.
Neuer and Müller have 2 trebles.
Bayern.
How many players can say that?
Bayern.
Kimmich.
No, Kimmich has 1.
Kimmich has
Yes.
one.
Bayern.
Who has 2
plus-
trebles?
Müller and Manuel
Manuel Neuer. Plus
And the Hansi and the
2013 and 2020.
Yes,
plus
and the
World
Hansi and
Cup.
Jupp, yeah.
Plus World Cup. Plus
Company
multiple-
2 has a goal against Leicester.
Friends, let's get serious. so there is that.
Julian said that Old Trafford.
Look, so there is that. And you see, look, if these
And
boys can do
multiple
it,
Premier League titles.
boy, friends, if these boys can do it to Ancelotti, doing it to company will not be a problem for them. So that is something he also needs to deal with. But for me, at the heart of it is company's own competence, the ideas with which he coach. If I look at what his teams play, sometimes his in-game management, the solutions that he can find out. So, and I don't even look at the application levels because he doesn't have the materials for it. But just the raw concept and how the teams play, I don't get the sense that it perhaps will compare to, for example, Roberto De Zerbi, for example, Mikel Arteta, for example, Xabi Alonso.
Wait,
maybe
you are telling me
Arteta
that-
is too experienced, but Alonso is his mate, right?
So he no reach.
No, I don't get the sense that because look,
I feel like
Friends,
you guys are not
technically-
rating company as
no,
well.
I respect. Look,
not respect, rate.
I respect him. My view on this is this: there
He's
are
comparing.
levels.
He has
there-
mentioned Alonso.
There are
He's
levels,
mentioned-
friends. There are levels
Yes,
to the
but
game.
what's the difference between
One
Alonso
is
and-
championship,
friends.
one is relegation. One
But
has
he
won
won
a
the
league.
championship.
No,
Are
one
you
has
serious?
won a league title, an elite league
The
title.
championship
One
is
has
what?
been
Are you
relegated.
serious?
Is that what's the difference between
Friends,
company and who?
two of the
Alonso.
friends, two of the best teams in the Champions League this season have been handed their backsides by Alonso, Bayern and Borussia Dortmund.
Now
He
it
didn't
doesn't
break
matter.
sweat.
Charlie,
Okay. So you
understand?
think it won't work?
So for me, I have my doubts. I have serious
Okay,
doubts about
alright,
the chances
cool.
of this
Fair
working
enough.
are very slim.
DJ.
Chief Sedu Adamu says Vincent Company at Bayern Munich. Forget Kufo. Let him speak to Sadio Mane first. It's not a good decision if it happens. And this message says, how is Company not a good fit, but Xavi Alonso is?
But why would
And
you
then
put
another
company
person
two of
says
them?
Ted Lasso is the 5th candidate for the Chelsea job. I've got another message here from Elias, who says, I can tell you on authority that the mystery candidate for the Chelsea job is Xavi. He's coming to the bridge live.
DJ.
That's an interesting one.
Bamenyo Mame.
Thank you.
Yes, a hat-trick in the Europa League
A
final.
sweet one.
Unbelievable. How did they do it? Leverkusen looked out of sorts for many, like especially with the goals. They seem very helpless.
Yeah. You know, for me, I've been an Atalanta fan since one of my favorite players of all time, Josip Ilicic. He got his heart broken, and you know what happened. So I have
You got a solidarity heartbreak too.
Oh, Charlie.
No, you have to tell the story.
No, he
'Cause some of
caught.
us-
He caught right in the act. He saw it, Philly.
You saw what?
His wife and another man.
Hey.
the pool guy, the one who clean the pool cleaner, and his wife. So
Banter session.
I'm telling you. But I'm a long time Atalanta fan. Karim, you know, I really love Atalanta. So Charlie, Wednesday was a very good day for me. A very, very good day. Gasperini was, look, tactics.
That's right.
We have seen Alonso out-coach managers game after game after game after game this season. But when it mattered, in the final of the Europa League, we saw Gasperini show seniority. Look, it was a fantastic tactical plan, proper application. Mm-hmm. But you see, there are two things to this.
Cool.
Gasperini's brilliant tactical display and
what did he do exactly?
The almost inevitable lapses that will happen even when you are paying. In fact, the only perfect display we've seen, me personally, I've seen is that City Madrid game. I've not seen a tactical display where the opposition was toothless, you couldn't do anything in the only that City Madrid game. So by all means,
that's of last season.
Yeah, last season.
Semi-final Etihad.
There's always your plan and then the application also. And in the application, there will by all means be some lapses. That's when you need certain individual players. So at times, the opposition will get a chance, your goalkeeper will come through for you, or the opposition will have Nicolas Jackson, who will miss the chance. So the interesting thing is that Leverkusen got two very good opportunities at the end of the first half, which could easily have been the turning point. That was when Atalanta were leading by 2-0. And that's what I'm saying. Those chances were not as a result of Leverkusen carving or figuring out the Atalanta defensive system. Came by player lapses, which are obviously said happens. And when they got those chances, they failed to convert. Grimaldo, once it went in at 2-0 at halftime, Atalanta still had a very good advantage. But even Gasperini wasn't totally sold by that, because we know Leverkusen. And that's the aura that they've built this season. No. If they score one, you know, the whole mood of the game changes, and now you are in trouble. So Atalanta just had to repeat what they had done in that first half, because in being on the offensive plan was very well tied into the defensive plan, which kept Atletico at bay. And when Luku banged in the third goal, that one we knew it was
fabulous finish.
It was a sweet, superb goal. You see, in life, when you want people to end certain things, we want it free and fair. It should be clean and fair.
Not so you.
No. So that in future, 20, 30 years time, when we refer to the day that the streak was ended, when our children what? They don't ask questions.
Are you saying there are question marks regarding how the Invincibles run was ended?
Oh, you don't know?
Who cheated who?
Oh. But you know, as for Ferguson and this one, they were on first name basis. So you call and say, Boga, are you the one refereeing the game today? We all saw what happened. And there are questions. Even me, that I benefited, I was happy. But yeah. But this one, it was clean. No questions asked. And that's you see, it's quite painful from a Leverkusen point of view. The way you've worked the whole season to reach a final of the Europa League. And then you are not just, it's not just like out-coached and outplayed and beaten good.
You know, all the two-legged affair, they could have lost in one of the legs.
Then cool, but they didn't do that. You see, now, so we go up, you see when you are rewind, DJ. So let's rewind, no. When we rewind now, no. Now the unbeaten run is all league pay.
That's right.
It's all league pay. After the league pay, when we talk about standards in football,
this be Joy FM.
When we talk about standards, there's a reason why certain competitions are rated above the other. Porto did unbeaten twice. They won league cup. They did unbeaten twice, but nobody talks. Celtic did unbeaten. They won league cup. Nobody talks about it because Scottish league and things, no, they don't reach.
So your point is?
So the point is, we've come to reach the center, and at the end of the day, the Invincibles are still number one
because they went invincible in the Premier League, which is rated higher than the Bundesliga.
Case closed.
Who is winning the FA Cup? The FA Cup, Man City, Man United this weekend. Quick prediction.
Ten Hag is leaving on a high.
Okay, so Man United victory. Achu.
I suck him.
City are winning.
Spiritu, he has no credibility again.
Sicho.
I think City will win.
It is City win. All right, guys, that's our show for this afternoon. Kind reminder on the 1st of June, which is next Saturday, right?
Quick.
Next Saturday, big one, Aviation Social Center. Hits FM, rep your jersey.
Jadon Sancho.
Oh, Charlie. Real Madrid versus Dortmund. The 15th is coming, is it not? Anyway,
Charlie, I've seen the final score. Quick.
Okay.
Real Madrid have won 1-0. The goal scorer is Camavinga.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's our show this afternoon. My name is Fentio Tahir Fentio. Of course, show proudly brought to you by Pato. So we're back again next week. Until then, thank you very much. Luku. Take it away.